So it's just regards to the written part. So I've done 2 OACs now. The first OAC I did, I scored 323, failed because of the low score with the 2. And then the second time I took it, fortunately this time round, I got 5.2 again for written, and 4. So obviously that score got brought up, so I passed this time round. But again, my written side, I failed. But I actually thought on both accounts, my written would have been the best sort of part, 'cause I had so much time. I really delved into it. I thought I methodically looked at the key questions, and I thought I answered in quite a good way. I looked at both sides of the house, not just to be one-sided, but looked at from both views. But it was my lowest score, and I just don't know if you've got any sort of like tips for people when they're going into the written side of things, because obviously you've talked about examples for your CBIs and this sort of stuff, and for your briefings, which you can provide from experience. But I found with the written that was the part that really stopped me really and caused me the biggest problem.
For the written, we primarily get 4s and 5s now, because we do the webinars and we can provide you with a lot of partnership working that you perhaps wouldn't have thought of before. You didn't even know that these people existed, and we really can bulk up your answer. So Kenny, you obviously bulked it up. It's whether you didn't sort of hit on the right CBI for it, whether it was too much I'm going to, when it needs to be collaborative, because that's one of the CBI, one of the competencies that's being checked. So without seeing yours, I couldn't really tell you. I think, but I think with all of these things, bearing in mind there's somebody sat there having to mark these, so it may even have come down to the ease of reading it. Did it have a nice structure to it? Did it answer the question? Did you give enough evidence? Because it's all right saying, I believe this. The big thing is why. So without seeing it, Kenny, I couldn't really tell you. But for everybody else out there, think it yourself. If you're writing a report, if you're going to do something like that, somebody's marking that, and they're marking 30 a day. So give it a good structure would be my one of my gifts. Get it structured, not too longer paragraphs and whatever. If it's rambling, keep it structured.
The other thing, and Kenny, what Jane just mentioned, collaboration. One of the other skills that's tested, I think, is innovative and open-minded, isn't it, Jane, in the written? I think it's innovative.
Yeah, I haven't got the written in front of me.
Which means you need to come up with new ideas and ways of doing stuff. Now, they don't have to be new, but you do have to come up with ideas. And so that's always really useful to think about as well. So those competencies do matter in terms of, we're not saying you need to learn the competencies off by heart, but what we're saying is you need to know what innovative and open-minded means. You need to know what taking ownership means. You need to know what collaboration means. And you need to be getting all of those bits into the exercise. Yeah.
Big one is on critically analyse for written.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's right.
You get given information. What do you do with that information? So it's referring.